Book 3, written by Aakrish, illustrated by Raisin Carrier. Nestled in the branches of a tree, Iro opened his book and read it in. The guineas were always the best part. They thrilled as if anything were possible. But I'm sorry, Maya. I got lost in my book and it slipped. Mysterious. Books are dangerous. I don't trust them. They act like seeds which grow into ideas, and ideas turn into questions. I will tell you what you need to know. First, the mayor gathered every book in the library and then every book in the whole town. Then he tore them up until all that was left was a single page that floated away in a passing breeze. I'll taste the page as it flew across town. It reminded him of a dandelion seed drifting on a wrist. When it landed, the muddy earth swallowed it, little by little, until it too was gone. I wrote that perhaps the mayor was right. After all, he'd be elected mayor. He must know something, but without books, I will notice changes wherever he worked. At school, teachers had nothing to read, so story time became nap time. Without cookbooks, restaurants served only dry cereal. No one went to the theater since actors had nothing to act out, and in the place our loved most, all the cells were empty. Space. Owl sat where the last page was buried. He was the crack and creak of a book spine the first time he opened it. He rounded for the smell and quick texture of a book's pages. But most of all, he missed getting lost in an epic adventure. Sadly, Owl scratched 2 words in the dirt. Endings were the worst kind of any book. So, but as he stirred the words, they grew into idea. Iro sat with pencil and paper and let his ideas flow. Whoa, look, a car! And so he read his stories out to anyone who passed by, but no one stopped to listen. Then he heard something, a sound. He thought He thought he'd never hear again that familiar crack and creak. When Owl looked for the source of the sound, he saw a spout springing from where the plates were steamed, from where the plates had been buried. If you could tell the trees, it reached 2 hours words. Beginning for more.
Begging for more.
Beginning.
Begging.
For more. With every story Owl wrote to and read aloud, the sprout grew. Owl wrote a story about a giant and the tree grew tall, stretching for the clouds. He rode a fire-breathing beast. He rode about a fire-breathing beast, and its branches became as strong as dragon's claws. He rode about a magical swan made of paper and grown of thistle paper blossom into books. That was ginormous. That tree was ginormous. So I told you so. So when the books were ripe, I will climb into the branches of the book tree and read it deeply, enjoying fruits of his harvest. And while I will read, a friend stuck under the tree and bored decided to do. You could try read it. So that's what I said. So, is that a book? Yup. Yeah, I wrote the story. Owl said, giving her hand up into the tree. The two said to Sadie start. So the flux of readers listened on the winds. Books spread to the town like current and wind. People grew hungry who read again, wrote their own stories, and became book artists themselves. Fairy, maple, school, and picks of books. Railroads wrecked with poetry, and fruit trees filled with good books. Forest. As the trees grew, the town blossomed. The mayor lost in his mayoral work was Aakrish to all the sages. That is until a white book fell on his head. The mayor kicked and stomped. Who planted these trees? You did, sir, Owl said. And when you tore up the books, it planted an idea. Impossible! This is the second time. My head hurting. It's because of a book. The trees have to be cut down. But we become a town of books and stories. You can't cut them down. The mayor walked the streets of town. He enjoyed himself at one of 5-star restaurants, called it so big and roasted him in a story about a toy fish for Ray with a cuddle. I gotta call the counselor because he was speaking. Books did all of this, the way asked. No, I said, as he had it the way of first we think story. The book was just a seed. Oh. I told you, it was written by Cole Isaac and Raisin Career. ever straight thy raising there. To thank you so to never for never giving up.